Hello, Aries. Welcome back. Or if it's your first time here, welcome to the house. Now, I've been gone for a while. I'm back. Haven't been doing nothing. Eclipse season is wild. As you can see, I moved, so I'm in a completely new space. Got this dope new professional camera setup, if you can tell by how beautiful this video is and the audio is. I'll have a video coming out if you guys are interested in knowing where I've been and what's been going on with me, but I don't want to take too much time in this reading, Aries, because this month it's all about you. And coming into this reading, I was getting a lot of downloads about what's been going on with you guys. If this is your first time here, please like, comment, and subscribe. Share this video, please. As well as you can check out the description below to look at my website, private readings, donations, all that good stuff. But Aries, it feels like to me coming into this, like there's been a rekindling of the fire inside you guys. I think the words that kept coming to me coming into this reading were triumph, were success. A story of triumph is what I wrote down as I was kind of channeling messages for you guys. And another thing that kept coming up in my head was this idea of defeating the shadow. Now, I don't like the idea of the shadow being something that we have to like fight with or debate with or try to conquer, but for me, I can't get the feeling out of my head of Aries defeated their shadow. There's a sense of connection with Aries right now, with family, with friends, with community. There's this glow that's coming out of you guys, and that people are seeing it, and people are sharing, and you're sharing it with the people around you. I think right now the energy for Aries is to take ownership of leadership of self. There's less darkness, I think, surrounding you guys. And what's important right now, I think, is for you guys to really tap into your potential and to be leaders of self and to be a shining example to others. During this time of summer, Leo season, Mercury retrograde is over, Jupiter retrograde is ending, eclipse season is over. I think the challenge right now for Aries is to push and to accomplish what you previously thought might have been impossible. To be a leader to yourself, to be a leader to the people around you by being an example. Here, starting out the reading in our central situation, we have the full moon card. What this says to me, guys, is that you're at a place of completion. You're feeling a sense of wholeness. And this is why I feel coming into this reading like it's important for you guys now to use this moment, use the way that we would use the full moon to manifest, the way we would use the full moon to make the energy from the full moon to make plans for the future, to figure out what comes next for us. Right now, Aries, I think is the time for you guys to do that for yourself. I feel like as we go into the colder months and as things start to get darker again, there's possibility for this high that you might be on to start to wane. And so Aries, I think right now is really a good time for you guys to think about what you can use this energy that you have now and what ways you can use it to sort of invest in the future. Imagine that you're not always going to feel this good. Imagine there's going to be a wane to the energy. What can you do now for yourself to make sure that when that happens, you'll be okay? That your finances will be okay? It's almost like putting yourself on a track, putting yourself on a path right now. In our ideals, Aries, we have the Six of Pentacles. And what this is saying to me is that you guys are finding balance. You guys are finding stability. Things are starting to feel a little more secure. What this says to me also is that there's a sense of like your energy not being as impacted by negativity. That you sort of have a good sense of boundaries, of how to protect yourself, of how to keep only the energies that are productive and conducive to your well-being around you. And also, Aries, this is exactly what I was saying coming into this reading. The Six of Pentacles is often a card of give and take energies. And I think what's going on for you guys right now is that you want to be in a place, and you're in a place where you are becoming so solid that now you can sort of think about how that energy can affect your surroundings. What you can do to give. It's almost as if you guys are in a place now where maybe for a while you weren't able to give much. Maybe you were kind of floundering around, not sure what to do, not sure of direction, not sure of purpose, maybe feeling weighed down by the things that in your life were taking from your energy. The same way, you know, what I was going through the past few months, I wasn't able to be here to give advice, to give guidance to others. You Aries, in your ideals right now, you want to be that person. You want to be the leader, and you want to provide for others. The thing is, Aries, like I said in the beginning, what I was reflecting on was that you need to be the leader of self, right? You can't give to others if you are without. So really focus right now, Aries. This isn't about being able to tell other people what to do or give them like guidance or direction. It's about how you show up in the world for yourself and how that translates into how it affects other people. All right, Aries, in the distant past, we have the Hierophant. So a couple of things. Of course, this is a Taurus card, so there could have been some stifling energies, I feel like. The Hierophant kind of puts, in this sense, it's putting a sort of weight on you, sort of a pressure on you. It feels, this card can sometimes feel a little oppressive to me. It sort of makes us feel like we're supposed to be a certain way and do things a certain way. And I think, Aries, you might have been telling yourself that, right? Maybe sort of holding yourself back in certain ways because of the way you believe you're supposed to be, or like how you're supposed to treat people. You're supposed to be nice, so you're not going to stand up for yourself. You're supposed to be, easygoing, so you're not going to be confrontational where confrontation is necessary. Often this card can represent climbing the ladder, right? Climbing the social ladder, moving on to bigger, better things. But right now I feel like that has been a weight on you guys. It's sort of this pressure of how do I conform? So some of you guys might have been feeling like, how do I conform? How do I conform to this person I'm in a relationship with? How do I conform to the expectations on me at work? How do I conform to what society is telling me I should be doing or how I should be feeling? And being in the past, Aries, this goes into my bigger point about now it's a period of self-leadership. Now is a time for you guys to forget about all that noise and decide for yourself. Decide for yourself who you're going to be, what your own standards are. Now, also in the past, Aries, we have death in reverse. Things not being let go that needed to be let go of. This tells me in reverse that there's almost been a sort of death of yourself. In a positive way, sure, you can be reborn, but this doesn't feel positive to me. This feels like, again, this energy of oppression, right? That you've been stifled, that you've been limited. In the past, you weren't feeling like you were able to change. You were feeling like you were not able to let go of certain circumstances. You were feeling stuck. It's like you knew what needed to be let go of. You knew what needed to change. And for some reason, you weren't able to. And I think the reason you weren't able to is because of this dude, right? Because of the expectations of the culturally ingrained ideas about what is right and what is wrong and what you should be doing, what you shouldn't be doing. And all that did, Aries, was keep you stuck. All it did was keep you small. All it did was keep you from being able to grow. Now remember, this is in our past here, right? So this isn't where you guys are now. Clearly, I think that the direction of this reading is that you're moving away from that. Get my notes out of the way so I have more table space. Here you go. Now in the more recent past, Aries, look at what we have. Two of Pentacles. Stability. Balance. This is that connection too that I was talking about. That sense of who is going to be conducive to my life and my well-being and who is not. Aries, there might have been some separations that you've had to make with people, places, or things, right? Whatever has been weighing on you. With the Two of Pentacles here, now we're finding balance. Now we're finding harmony with self and harmony with others. This is a card as much as a card of balance, it's a card also of partnership. Of the positive things. You see the way these leaves are moving harmoniously between each other, like weaving in and out like this infinity symbol. It's about harmony. And Aries, coming to August, you've been finding that harmony. You've been finding that stability. Both Two Pentacle cards here of stability, of balance. Now, I think also, Aries, what this is saying is that this is probably very much related to your finances and to your career. very not just those things. The pentacles are earth, so it could be your living situation, it could be your health, it could be all those things. But there's almost like a sense of, if your material world has been a little out of whack, that it's starting to find a little bit of stability, right? The Two of Pentacles isn't necessarily a sign that you're prospering. This is almost like the calm after the storm, I feel sometimes, right? I know in this card you have like a choppy sea, but I think the Two of Pentacles represents that stability has been found. Right now, the turning point, Aries, is that the Chariot in reverse. So I've been thinking about the Chariot a lot lately. Now, in reverse, the obvious things that we talk about here is that there's no movement, that things weren't happening for you. But what this is also with the Chariot, it's about individuation. It's about being so grounded in yourself, being able to trust yourself. The Chariot moves so fast and so strong because he has focus. He's connected to the bigger purpose of his life. He's stable. See the way that these, again, balance, right? See the way that these rams in this card are black and white? It's about balance that moves you forward. Balance, balance, balance is the name of the game right now, Aries. So the way to get this Chariot upright is how do we bring the things that we've been learning about ourselves into the world? Aries, with this card here, we do have to acknowledge that the beginning is going to be choppy, right? Like I just said with the Two of Pentacles, it's still a little choppy. Be okay right now with a little discomfort. You know, eclipse season kind of shook some things loose from us. And from my experience this year and from my experience last year with the eclipse season, usually about a month or so after the eclipses is when we start to feel what was released. So August is a month where whatever the eclipses broke free from your life, shook free from your life, now you're going to start to living it in the real world with passion, with focus, with drive. So now the trick is, Aries, is to take this internal movement that we felt, this sense of self, and bring it out into the real world. And how do we do that? Aries, what did I start with this reading saying? Seven of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles. The work that we do now. Purpose. What is your purpose? What are you aiming for? What are your plans? What now is giving your life meaning? What are the connections that are giving you meaning? What is the work you're doing in the world giving you meaning? Not just your day job, but the work that you're doing day-to-day life. Going forward, Aries, I think there's going to be a lot of clarity around your desires and your dreams and your goals. I think that we're finding, once we've released ourselves from the bullshit, once we've released ourselves from the expectations that have been put on us, what do we want? Who are we now? And Aries, this is another Pentacle card. The way to do that is through your work. Right now is a really good time to get your material world in order. Right now is a really good time to reflect on what it is that you want to do with your life. Some of you, with this card, it almost feels like there's an implication of being separated from the thing that gives you passion, the thing that gives you drive, the thing that you've always dreamt of being or doing with your life. August is a month, Aries, to use this high like I was talking about. Even if you're not feeling great, there's energy regardless, right? There's energy available to you to tap into. How do we use that to create what we want? How do we use that to get back in touch with our dreams, to get back in touch with our passions, to get back in touch with our goals? How do we do that? Honesty. Queen of Swords. I've been looking for her. She hasn't been coming up in my readings a lot, and I miss this bitch. She's one of my favorite cards in the tarot, in the court card. Because she's fair. She's honest. She's truthful. She can be harsh, but she's also gentle. The Queen of Swords asks us to embody a state of mind that lets us connect to or separate from what is right and what is wrong. And we think harshness with the swords, but look at this card. See how her hand is very gently held out for that butterfly? What we do now, Aries, is live in our truth. What we do now is stand in what is fair, what is right. What is right for yourself? We're not reflecting on what's right in terms of how people might have treated you unfairly, or like that doesn't matter right now. That doesn't matter right now. What we're talking about is what's right for you. With clarity, with focus, with purpose. Aries, this month is a good month to let go of bad habits, to let go of bad connections that cloud your judgment and cloud your ability to see what's good for you. To truly know what's in your best interest. You could be getting help from an air sign. Hi, Gemini here. But really though, guys, this is very powerful. In this reading, there's a lot of sense of purpose. And we move from this imposed purpose, these expectations of purpose, to now figuring out what our own individual purpose is. To find what brings us joy, what brings us a feeling of being connected spiritually to our communities, to life, to our families, what gives life meaning. So it's a good month to stand up for yourself too, Aries. To say no. To be very comfortable with saying no right now. I'm not allowing this back into my life. Block that motherfucker right now. Don't, be very careful about what you're exposed to through social media, right? What your eyes are seeing. This fell out. He really wants to talk to you. The Ten of Swords wants to chat, Aries. So, ending this month, guys, by the end of August, I kind of like this, right? Because here we had death kind of stuck, not happening, not moving. Now what we have is a Ten of Swords. So, there's some pain with the Ten of Swords. There's some discomfort. But what did I say with the Chariot? How we get it to turn upside down? I mean, right side out. Is acknowledging the discomfort that comes with change. Is to know that breaking a bad habit, separating from a toxic relationship, starting a new job or having to look for a new job, the initial stages are uncomfortable and they hurt sometimes. And they're difficult and tedious. Aries, this month you have to embrace the difficult. Embrace the discomfort. Discomfort means you're changing. I don't think this is you guys being defeated. I think that this is again the triumph over the shadow, the defeat of the shadow. Bottom of the deck, what's been going on, Aries? Three of Wands in reverse. Lack of clarity, lack of purpose. Feeling a little pessimistic, I think. For a while, there might have been some pessimism, Aries. Some confusion about what to do, where to go. Sort of maybe either a lack of vision or some confusion to your vision. So let's pull an outcome card here. So the reading is sort of saying here, guys, that you're sort of free now to really get in touch with your purpose, to really get in touch with your passions, to get in touch with the things that you love and the things that have given you meaning. And that there's a clarity now that's available to you. So long as you say no. And it's not going to be hard for you to know what to say no to. It's very clear, it's very obvious. Be a little hard-ass with people right now, Aries. Be a little tough. Say, no, I don't want you around me. I don't need you around me. I don't want to put up with this anymore. But the emphasis here also is on, it's not as easy as saying it, there's doing it. And with doing comes a little difficulty, comes discomfort, comes, like the Chariot. When you start a car, you have to, when you start something in motion, it's kind of a rough start, and then you gain momentum, and then you gain momentum, and then all of a sudden you're flying away. We have to understand that the beginning, getting the wheel to turn in the first place is sometimes difficult. And it's going to take energy. It's going to take sacrifice. Your outcome card for the month, Aries, is the Five of Pentacles. So, my eye was immediately drawn to the Six of Pentacles. What I want to say about that is that if this is your ideal, Aries, if the Six of Pentacles is your ideal, the stability, the balance, the being able to give to others and lead to others, Five of Pentacles says you're on a journey now to find your strength. There might be a high, but there's still work that needs to be done. This is what I said in the beginning, a good month to take care of your finances. Now we have a lot of pentacles in this reading. Your material world needs to get in order, this Aries. So that's what I was saying in the beginning, to think about the way you can lay a foundation for yourself going forward, so that when maybe it's not summer and everybody's having a good time, that you're okay. There might be some loneliness ahead. There might be some sacrifice ahead. This to me is sort of saying, like, sacrifice now so that in the future you'll be okay. The Five of Pentacles, again, asks you to embrace the difficulty. To embrace what right now is uncomfortable. Because it's just the step before you get here. It's not a coincidence that in our ideals here, this is the step we have to take before we get there. You know, I wasn't going to do this oracle cards, but I'm going to throw in oracle cards real quick. One last bit of advice for you going forward from spirit, from your highest self, your spirit guides, whatever it is that you believe in as a higher source. Let's see one last thing that we can leave you off here with Aries for the month of August. What have the last few months has been, huh? So we have the Seeker. So again, Aries, you know, I was going to say this is about, you know, being willing to go out into the world and try things, but look at what my eye was drawn to. See the way these people in this card have their hand to their ear, like they're listening? Be aware of signs. Listen to things where opportunities come your way. Where there's like coincidences that happen. Be very open to the way that the universe is speaking to you right now. Be very open to your intuition. Right? We're not trusting right now what society tells us to do. We're not trusting what authority figures tell us what to do. We're following the guidance of our hearts and our intuition. Alright guys. Look, I wasn't going to get into this, but I want to just make a point about this sign I have right here. I don't want to bring politics into these readings. And this is not meant to be political. The point of me having this sign, if you can't read it, it says no human is illegal. No matter what you believe about immigration policies or what the policies should be, Republican, Democrat, conservative, liberal, what's not okay is to dehumanize people. And when we call people illegals, it dehumanizes people. And by dehumanizing people, we pave the way for human rights violations to take place. So we can disagree with each other about the way policy should go going forward. But this should not be a partisan issue. In our house, we have no place for dehumanization of others, no matter what our politics are. So guys, I'm going to leave you with that. I love you so much. Love each other. Love your life. And I'll see you guys next week. Next week. Weeklies will be coming, but next month. Alright guys, love you. Bye.